Alright, well, the past month or so, because the MAGA cope has just been coming and coming and coming, I guess it's time to take another look at sort of the mini snippets of MAGA cope from our favorite Twitter, Coping MAGA. Of course, that is at Coping MAGA. Go follow them. They're a solid follow. We'll take a look at this, and then we'll move on to some other stuff for Chud Watch. Let's see what we got. Oh, people dunking on this guy who did the math thing that we looked at the other day where he thinks Colorado is red, even though it is not red. That's funny. We have a sign. Super Trump! Keep America great. Trump for president. Ben Garrison, in particular, this is the thing I've noticed from Trump supporters. They tend to illustrate Trump as strongman, as Superman, as like really in shape. Let me show you some Ben Garrison stuff. Ben Garrison Trump. So Ben Garrison is a terrible political cartoonist. And whenever he draws Trump, he draws him like this. Like he's a muscle strong man. It has to do with the right's obsession with like projecting power, right? He can't be a fat old man, which he is. He has to be like Rocky from Rocky 4. He has to be the lion. He has to be, you get it, right? But Trump doesn't look like this. This is honestly the least in shape I've seen him draw Trump. Oh no, that's literally just an anti-Semitic comic. Yikerinos, folks. What else we got? We got him punching someone. You get it. They have a weird obsession with drawing Trump in an incredibly flattering manner, which is not something I've seen from the left, right? I haven't seen political comics that like that show Joe Biden or even like Bernie Sanders as like buff super dudes, because that's not the point. We don't care about strongman imagery. We care about policy for the most part. Leftists, not necessarily liberals, but you get what I'm saying. Anyway, comparing Super Trump to Trump, it's kind of, how do I put this? Again, I get it. Like, I don't expect anyone who is in their 70s to look great, right? I don't look good and I'm in my 20s. But like, drawing Donald Trump like he's a muscly Superman just highlights the fact that he's not. Ooh, he had like really bad extra makeup on this day. Yikerinos. Just very strange, is all. Rose-colored glasses, yeah. Debunked. Hold on, there's a Buff Bernie coloring book. Let's take a look at the Buff Bernie coloring book. Here's the difference. This is clearly ironic. It's a joke. That's the joke, right? But, sure. Granted, that exists. Either way, yeah, Donald Trump looks like a 70-something-year-old man who eats a lot of KFC. It is what it is. This is a good one. This is Ben Shapiro. Quote, "The right side of history may be the most morally idiotic phrase of modern times. History is not God and has no morality." And then his book, The Right Side of History. I will give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that's also ironic, but it is funny. This is a good PNG. Honestly, I'm saving this. This is a really good, whoever cut that out, good job. That's a good PNG of, I'm gonna use that in a thumbnail someday. I guarantee it.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capital.
Jouster's End with 20 bits. Hot Cup of Joe coloring book. Oh no, is this the same thing but with Joe Biden? Yeah, it is. Yikerinos, folks. Again, that's the joke, but I don't even find that ironically funny. Let's see. Trump 2020 jersey, $15 in stock. At least this one, wait, does it have a back? Okay, no, does it say, I don't see the word Trump on it anywhere, unless I'm missing it. It's just an American flag 20. It's ugly, but you could buy that and not have people necessarily know that you're, a creep. Description, Trump 2020 jersey. It's not over, folks. Be patriotic. Wear it proud. These are very comfortable polyester football-style jerseys with sublimation print. Will not shrink, will not fade. Makes great gifts. May make a good gag gift for someone. I do combined shipping. Ooh, and the seller's name is Chad. Okay, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Ugly, but funny. Oh, I kept clicking this X. That's just a picture X. This is the real X. I'm good at my job. Need meme designed ASAP. Hi, I need an artist to design a meme that I can put on Facebook. It's going to be a pro-Trump meme, and it's going to have biblical symbolism, characters from the Bible, but I want Donald Trump's face on one character and Kamala Harris's face on the other, and Trump has to have a war-torn USA-colored shirt, and a Rambo-like bandana, and the shirt has to be sleeveless, maybe a wound on his arm, and a weapon like a sword, like he's about to slay a monster, and I want a little prayer that I wrote personally to be in it. Let me know how much you want to do it. It would be nice to have an idea of what it would look like a sneak preview before I purchase. Don't worry, I won't steal your work because I'm not an artist at all and don't have time to draw stuff. I just want to pray for our great leader. Email me if you think you can help. Right? Ben Garrison, that's what I'm saying. Does Ben Garrison do work for hire? Ridiculous. Let's see. I'm willing to go to the court, jail, whatever, if that's the cost of disobeying unconstitutional orders and mandates. Live free or die. Catch me if you can, tyrants. I don't know who this person is, so I don't know what she's talking about, but I assume it's, masks. It sounds like she's talking about masks or something. Let's see. 78-year-old man casually putting all his weight on his broken ankle. No biggie. Yeah, he had a minor thing happen. It's fine. Oh, this is probably part of the QAnon thing. I forgot to mention. I don't know if we talked about this on Tinfoil Tuesday, which was on Thursday this last week. But QAnon people believe that Joe Biden has an ankle monitor on, which is why he's wearing the boot. For those who don't know, Joe Biden got in an accident, in the last week or so. He was playing with his dog, and he, twisted his ankle because he's an old man. And they had to put a boot on it. QAnon people believe that none of that happened and that it's secretly to hide an ankle monitor, even though a modern ankle monitor could be hidden way less conspicuously than that. Let's look at... I don't know. You'd think the QAnon people... You know what? No, I wouldn't. I was going to say you'd think they would have learned their lesson after the election, but they're not. It's like a cult. They're going to keep going. So it is what it is.
Nothing funny about the tools of
Ultra
capitalism.
Peaks, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Tinfoil Tuesday on a Thursday. I'm on to you, Illuminati shills. Yeah, that was my bad. I was taking some days off earlier in the week because I wasn't feeling good. I had to... is that TMI? Whatever. I don't care. I think it's healthy to talk about mental health stuff because it shows other people that, you don't have to not share it with people. So I tried going off my antidepressants for a while because I'd been on them for, a very long time. And I wanted to see, if I got off them, how it would go. Hint, it didn't go well. So anyway, I'm back on them, and I'm feeling pretty good. They started kicking in within 3 days. I'm feeling really good today, so maybe it's a placebo effect. But either way, I'm doing much better. So that's what was going on earlier in the week. If you were curious, why I didn't do a Monday, Tuesday thing.
Funny about the tools of capitalism.
Did I wean or straight up drop them? I weaned off them. Jalen Jean of 20 bits. No need to apologize for self-care or mental health care. I'm glad you're okay now. Oh, well, thank you. It is what it is. But I also understand that this is my job, and I want to be there to entertain you guys and provide you some entertainment and stuff. The storm is here. It's always around the corner. Let's see what this says. Democrats stole the election. COVID 1984. spray painting ugly things on my house to own the libs. That's good for property value. It's always good to make your house look like a crack house. What's this? Lauren Chen says our culture needs to stop being so obsessed with everyone's sexuality. And then Lauren Chen says a timeline of events for Elliot Page. Also dead naming Elliot Page. First pressure. Oh God. Okay. Do I even want to read this out loud? Okay, this person says, first presumed straight, women who likes men, came out as lesbian, women who likes women, came out as trans, now named Elliot, wants he, him pronouns. No, I believe Elliot goes by he, them pronouns. So back to straight, trans, man who likes women. Sometimes it takes people a long time to figure out who they are, and sometimes people, you know, change throughout their lives and their identity that they thought fit them doesn't. That's okay. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Being an asshole because it took someone a while to figure out, you know, what they are, what makes them them, that's not cool. That's a dick move. Why would you do that? Anyway, there is a divide happening. It's the Great Reset and the Great Awakening. One runs off fear, victimhood, vaccinations, and bondage.
About the tools of capitalism.
That's actually true. Fear, victimhood, vaccinations, and bondage are all that keep me going day to day. Just a fact. If I didn't have at least... If I lost one of those things, my life would fall apart. The other, freedom, health, and prosperity, helping us pioneer into a shift of new consciousness and a better humanity.
There's nothing funny
No
about
bondage,
the tools
though.
of capitalism.
That's not fun. The Ender 92 at 20 bits. In high school, I was a straight man. Now I'm a pan man. Newsflash, people grow and change, right? I don't get what people don't understand about that. Either way. Let's see what's next. Nick Fuentes on Twitter says Donald Trump is the strongest person in the world in response to someone saying mothers are the strongest people in the world. Oh no. Why is Nick Fuentes wrong about literally everything? Jillian Anderson says, Kumo received an Emmy. Fossey is Times Person of the Year. Biden is President-elect. What a complete joke. All of it. Man. Y'all are not gonna have a good 4 years, are ya? It's okay. We'll compensate you by continually working towards a better world with, you know, access to healthcare and stuff. We're probably actually gonna have to fight Biden on that, but easier than a fight with Trump, so we'll see how that goes. Because Nick Fuentes is a jackass? That's true.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Probably a Lannister with 25 bits. People put less thought into having kids and still try to please people about their gender identity. Yeah. It's... I don't know. I don't know why people don't get it. Let's see what this person says on their... I think this is an Instagram. Maybe it's a Snapchat. I don't know. I don't really use those very often. Says, okay, I got one question. You have a question. Hate to be grammar Nazi, but you have a question. Why are people so worried about the LGBTQ and people of color? Yes, they don't deserve the hate they get. However, there are children being abducted and assaulted by Antifa. Whoa, that ramped up into lies very, very quickly. Yes, there are children who are abused and who are trafficked, and that is a horrific thing, which is why we take resources to investigate and stop that stuff. But, what do you mean you think Antifa is doing that? What? It's QAnon stuff. I know I shouldn't try and look for, like, a reason, because there isn't one. It's a completely delusional cult-like belief system put forward through, like, fear and a bunch of other stuff. But I don't know how you type this out and don't think to yourself for a second, wait a minute. Why would they do that? There's babies being killed 6 days after birth by the Black Lives Matter organization. No. No, that's also untrue. What? Did I see Kaylee McAnnie? Doesn't know the difference between Chris and Andrew Cuomo. She was talking about Andrew Cuomo going maskless while showing Chris Cuomo, who took off his mask for a news piece. That's pretty funny. Let's see what else. Yes, wow, there is tons of grammar mistakes. Hey, here's a pro tip. This is a very high-level grammar stuff that you might not know about. So let me clue you in, okay? When you start a new sentence, you capitalize the first letter. I know. Maybe even spell check should have caught that, but whatever. They say, yes, Black Lives Matter. Yes, it's okay to be part of the LGBTQ, but there are far more important problems in this world than if somebody doesn't support gays. Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. First of all, this is a huge fallacy, and you can focus on more than one thing. There's more than one problem in the world at a time. First of all, the problem you're focused on in the first place, this idea that, like, Antifa, which isn't like an organization the way that you're saying, it's just literally anyone who's anti-fascist, claiming that they're committing some sort of child trafficking. Untrue. And the idea that, like, 6-day-old babies are being murdered by Black Lives Matter, also very untrue. Neither of those are things. They're just not. Okay? If you want to care about actual child trafficking and do some sort of, like, nonprofit work to help in that cause, either raise awareness or provide resources to enforcement agencies who deal with that stuff, that's great. That's fine. But don't make up a conspiracy or buy into a conspiracy that's tangentially related to a real problem but props it up on complete fantasy and then act like you're doing something. That's worse than slacktivism, right? You're actively harming the actual cause by promoting a tangentially related cause that is fake. Like, QAnon people have done this. There's this hashtag, Save the Children, that's supposed to be used to promote helping awareness of, like, actual real-world child trafficking, which is a real horrific thing that happens. However, it's been, like, hijacked by QAnon people who are using it to promote the conspiracy theory that Democrats and Antifa, air quotes, are trafficking children, you know, in order to use them in Satanist rituals. I didn't make this up. Someone else made this up. What I'm saying is there are people who actually believe this. Absolutely insane. And it hurts the actual cause of helping, you know, children who've been trafficked. And it's not good. No bueno. Let me see if there's anything else in the chat. I don't think so. Either way, continuing on. Getting an abortion 6 days after the baby is born, that's cold-blooded murder. That literally doesn't happen. That literally does not happen. That's a thing this person has made up. Abducting and assaulting children, they need to be executed. Disagree all you want, but your hatred for Trump is stronger than your love for U.S. That's a non sequitur. But also, you can care about more than one issue at once. Let's pretend there wasn't QAnon stuff. Let's pretend there's not QAnon stuff in this stupid post, right? Let's say she's genuinely just like, hey, listen, I care about child trafficking. Why do you care about all these other issues of, like, racial justice or rights for people who are non-gender conforming or who are gay or lesbian or bi or pan or whatever? You can care about more than one thing at once. You can. I do. I assume all of you do. Even this person, let's be honest, they care about more than one thing at once. They care about two things in this post. They care about the imaginary, like, Antifa abducting children, not the case, obviously, and the imaginary idea that six-day-old babies are being killed. Also untrue. Even within the post, this person is caring about two separate issues, yet they don't understand that in the real world you can care about more than one thing at once. It's very strange. Next, this person, oh god, whose name is Harley Quinn, but with the echoes, what, you know, the anti-Semitic echoes. Election fraud, Georgia. They didn't know there were cameras. More than 15,000 mystery ballots processed in 3 hours after telling poll watchers to leave. Who is this? Yeah, that's bullshit. Trump supporter people have been promoting some video that shows them doing an innocuous thing where they're, you know, moving a case full of ballots, and they're like, this shows election fraud. It doesn't, as it turns out. It's been debunked multiple times, but here we are. They're grasping at straws. Brett says, I still think that Donald Trump even won California. Hate to disagree, Brett, but, let's see. Okay. No, Joe Biden won California, and he in fact won the election. Hold on, let me double check something. New York Times. The New York Times is running a fun little thing that says, which states have certified their elections? And remember, all the MAGA people...
Funny about the tools of capitalism.
We've done a lot of MAGA cope on this, and so a lot of Trump people who are like, Joe Biden isn't president-elect, there are usually a variety of things that come after them. One of them is, Joe Biden hasn't won the election, he isn't president-elect, the states haven't certified their elections yet. Now they have, at least most of them, and Joe Biden has 288 electoral votes, and Donald Trump has 222. So yeah, no, the election is being certified, and Joe Biden is currently won in terms of certification. I'm sure the goalposts have now shifted to, well, the electors have to actually go and vote in December, which, yeah, they do. I believe on the 14th they go and do that. What's it called? The safe harbor deadline? I don't remember. Basically, there's a deadline by which they lock in their electoral votes, which is in the next... between now and the 14th. It might be the 8th. I don't remember the exact day. I'm sure some of them have shifted the goalposts there, and then after that date comes and goes without Trump doing something that would, you know, make him win the election, because he lost the election, as it turns out. I imagine the goalposts will shift to, oh, well, the electors actually have to show up and meet, and then they'll do that, and they'll vote for Biden, because that's how it works. And then it'll probably shift to the 20th, you know, when the inauguration happens. And then the minute the inauguration happens, I don't know what these people are going to do, because they're so deep in their delusion, they might literally split from reality. I have no idea. Less than 10 days till Joe Biden wins again. Yeah. It's actually very, very funny watching Joe Biden win over and over again. The Dark Blue Fool of 20 Bits. Hey, Hannah, I was here at the start of the stream, but I had to go and help my roommate clean and bandage the toenail she ripped off. What did I miss, and what are we looking at? We're just looking at MAGA cope, random stuff. Nothing too intensive yet. It's funny that, like, normally with elections, we just go, oh, okay, that person won the election, and then we move on. But because Trump is being such a monumental man-child, we get to watch Joe Biden win, and more so, I don't really care for Joe Biden winning, but what I really, really love is Donald Trump losing. So it's nice that he gets to lose every single week up until the election, it seems like. This person says, what does a child want to do when you constantly shame them or tell them what to do? Rebel. Same thing with mask shaming. The more you whine about wanting me to wear one, the more it makes me want to sneeze in your face. At least this person has the self-awareness to recognize that he is behaving like a child. That's weirdly actually, you know, self-reflective for someone like this. Now, they're not actually going to take that reflection and use it to improve themselves in any way. But hey, it's a step. I'll give them that. Let's see, what's this person say? As a young adult in perfect health, why should I be forced to pay for insurance I don't want and likely won't need? Just letting you guys know I'm in recovery. If you have the time, please read. If you can, please help out and share, and it's a GoFundMe link. Republicans, and this person is definitely a Republican. It's literally in their name. Their name is Sassy Gay Republican on Twitter. Why do these people literally not understand anything? Why do they not understand anything about anything? The reason you have insurance is so when things unexpectedly happen, you're covered. right? Foolish. Absolutely foolish.
Loyal to me, I look upon it as a great. You see, I'm so loyal to people. Maybe I'm loyal to a fault, but I'm so loyal to people that when somebody's slightly disloyal to me, I look upon it as a great act of horror.
And how are you different than you were 3 or 4 years ago?
Well, I used to say, and in fact, I think I said in my first book that, and maybe this was foolish, but I really meant it, that someday I'd like to maybe lose everything for a period of time to see who's loyal and who's not loyal. And I found out a lot of things.
Did you find out who's loyal and not
I tell you
loyal?
what, and you can't.
Jesus Christ. What is this? This says, eat shit, Antifa. God bless America. Genius. No masks. All touching each other. I'm sure that'll end well for them. Wow, here's a post literally comparing Donald Trump to Jesus. Just a reminder, there were a lot of folks celebrating Jesus' death as he hung on the cross, and then 3 days later, boom. Where's your faith? Here's the thing. Jesus, as a character, right? I gotta get this unsqueaked. I gotta get some WD-40. I apologize. I'll stop touching it. I'll stop touching it.
Funny about the tools
Enreath with 20 bits. Imagine when we're in our 40s, 50s, and they start making epic action movies or sentimental historical dramas about the Trump presidency. They already started. There's one on Showtime. It's called, like, Comey Rule or something. The guy that got to play Trump is actually pretty good. But I'm not gonna watch it. I need some distance from this shit before I start watching dramas about it. Anyway. So what I was saying was the character of Jesus in the Bible, which I read. I'm not religious, but I read the Bible for a different show I do. And it's interesting. I like Christian mythology. I used to be a Christian. I was raised, Christian. And while I don't necessarily agree with everything in the Bible, I enjoy it as a piece of, like, religious text, like any other religion. It's very interesting to see what other people believe. AshyBoo74, thank you for subscribing. Jesus is nothing like Donald Trump. He really isn't. The character of Jesus in the Bible, not as perfect as, a lot of people would have you say. For instance, I just read a chapter, or a verse, what was it? Like a section, a story, a collection of verses the other day. I'm not sure if I got posted to the Hannah and Jake channel yet, where the Pharisees come to Jesus and they're like, hey, Jesus, why aren't you washing your hands before you eat? Because it was a ritual to do that, even though they didn't understand germ theory. A lot of stuff in Judaism, actually, very interestingly, does correlate to health things. They might not have understood the reason, but someone noticed at some point, hey, if we wash our hands before we eat, we're less likely to get sick. If we drain the blood from these animals, we're less likely to get sick because of blood-borne diseases, although they didn't know that at the time. Hey, we should be careful eating pork. Pork is, more likely to get tainted with food poisoning than something like beef or whatever. So it does correlate. Either way, they're like, hey, Jesus, why aren't you washing your hands before you eat? And Jesus is like, how dare you? Washing your hands before you eat isn't going to help you. So, Jesus got things wrong. But the character of Jesus, on the whole, you still have the I'm going to send you to hell stuff, which isn't good. But at the very least, Jesus was saying things like, take all you have and give it to the poor. It's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. Caring about, the poor, the destitute, those who are like blind or lepers or whatever. Donald Trump is none of those things. So I will never understand the devotion to Donald Trump that these people feel, and that they feel it in a similar way that they feel devoted to the religious figure of Jesus. I don't understand that, because they're not alike at all. Wing the Ultimate Nug with 20 bits. Can you explain the seed parable harvest thing? I get them putting weeds into the fire, and that's hell. But when they harvest wheat, doesn't they also put it in the fire to make bread? Isn't the end result the same? I mean, it's just not a perfect metaphor. It's just not a perfect metaphor, It's a parable. Jesus is doing his best. I'll stop touching it. That's literally what she said. Nice. So what if Jesus was a hand-washing denialist? Honestly, I shouldn't even bring this up. If I start letting people know that there's a verse in the Bible that says you shouldn't wash your hands because Jesus doesn't, a bunch of right-wingers are gonna, you know, seize on that and be like, see, Jesus doesn't care about washing your hands or doing health things. So don't repeat that anywhere. I don't want that to spread as like a meme. Unless you want COVID to get even worse, I guess.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
A smelly ogre with 100 bits. I actually love that hand-washing parable. It leads into the blind leading the blind point. Yeah, it does. Let's see what this says. If you're an American citizen, you should be watching these voter fraud hearings. The amount of blatant lying and cheating and bullying by the Democrats is incredible. I've watched people testify in Michigan and Georgia. They have all signed sworn affidavits under penalty of perjury, and this citizen after citizen after citizen after citizen witnessing these violations and swearing to their truth is why President Trump will be sworn in, rightfully so, on the 20th of January. Don't be caught off guard when it happens. Listen to the testimonies yourself. The testimonies have been terrible. I think Jake on stream last night, he had a late night stream. He watched some of the drunk lady being drunk at one of these things. It was quite funny. Guys, if Trump supporters are recognizing that affidavits are sworn statements and they think it's impossible to lie under oath, are they going to accept affidavits that say, like, Trump sexually assaulted people? Because we could go get those if they want to read them. Something tells me they're not going to feel that way, though. Cats are neat, too, with 69 bits. Nice. Dudes spanking dudes with a link. Did I see Rudy farting? I heard about it. What's this? We're excited to announce that 8 p.m. Eastern will be hosting a live stream right here on Twitter to cover right-wing extremism and QAnon with 4 researchers. Dylan Burns, Faraday Speaks, Brian Lee Jones, and Rose Wrist. Oh, that's cool. Okay, maybe I'll check that out. That'll be on the Coping MAGA Twitter, I suppose. We'll have to look up the Rudy fart clip later. This person says, okay, some of you are tired of hearing trust the plan, but what if I told you Q showed us the plan 2 years ago? Q made it very clear we'd let them steal 2020, that we'd let them walk through the front door. You only walk through the front door if you think it's safe to do so. Hey, if the QAnon people want to believe that Joe Biden winning the election is part of the plan, then right. Yep, trust the plan. Where we go one, we go all that other bullshit. Sure, fine. Just don't shoot anyone, please. Let's see. President-elect Joe Biden has asked Dr. Anthony Fauci to remain in his role at the National Institute of Health and to become a chief medical advisor to the Biden administration. And then this person just says, doesn't matter because Biden won't take office. Oh, boy. Here's the Tootie Rudy clip. Tootie Rudy. Tootie Giuliani. I'm not normally in favor of childish name-calling, as I've said many times on this channel, but I'll make an exception for fart humor.
The answer.
Point of order.
The answer that I gave you is they didn't bother to interview a single witness. Just like you, they don't want to know the truth. Well, you probably know the truth. The answer.
He, like, paused for the fart! At that age, you can't be having air coming out of both ends at the same time. I think your whole body will just collapse in on itself because of the pressure. Let's listen to that again. Oh no, what just happened? Okay, it's fine. Why isn't it playing now? Play, dang it. I need to hear the fart again.
The answer that I gave you is they didn't bother to interview a single witness.
Oh, it's
just
Fauci?
Like you,
sorry.
They don't want to know the truth. Well, you probably interview a single witness.
A single witness. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And there's a clip. This is how I expect Jake to end up in an asylum one day after all the dumb. Aw. It says the video's unavailable for me for some reason. Wonder why. That's strange. Huh. Weird. Best case scenario, all swing states flip. Trump wins bigger than 2016. Pennsylvania mail-ins are thrown out as unconstitutional and Trump wins the state by 33 points. Basically, all House seats flip. The House flips red this way. The runoffs are both won. Again, I need to point out. I need to point this out. Is that real or an edit? The fart? The fart was real. He really farted. Which is fine. People fart, but it's funny. Anyway, this person is literally advocating for millions of people in Pennsylvania to have their legal votes thrown away just because they don't like who they voted for. That's authoritarianism. That's a dictatorship. If you throw away votes of the candidate that you just don't like, then that is a dictatorship. Verse 1, Playboy Cardi, Uno the activist. What? Thank you to Sabnock Games. Thank you for following. Welcome to the stream. Thanks, Winter O'Hare, for coming to the stream. I hope your sleep is restful. What else we got? This person says, where's Black Lives Matter? I thought they were an organization helping black folks. They vanished after helping Democrats cheat. What? Black Lives Matter is still an organization. What are you talking about? So this is about Fauci saying it might be time to mandate masks. This guy says, never. This is why scientists, particularly those with no understanding of ethics or first principles of the institutions they seek to leverage for their wicked proposals, should remain far from the hollows of power. Guys, I don't know how to tell you this. Doctors and scientists take whole classes on ethics, okay? I'm not saying everyone who's a scientist or a doctor is ethical, Ben Carson, but on the whole, I would say that they understand ethics and more so than the general public. And then he says, my grandmother passed away tonight due to complications from COVID. I'll be taking a break from my commentary for a while. Expect to be back in action next week. Gee, I wonder if it actually made him take a second and think about the dumb things he had to say or not. Quasi Shuffle Kitty, thank you for subscribing with Prime and Unconditional Prong 1 with 20 bits. They think that Trump is the eternal president, just like Kim Il-sung. They want Donald Trump to be the next ruler after Donald Sr. dies. I know, it's incredibly messed up. I feel like, and I don't really give a shit what you know, old dead people think, because they're dead, but like, oh man, if George Washington, who literally stepped down as president, specifically to show America, like, hey, you know, we should have peaceful transitions of power, and you shouldn't overstay your welcome in terms of the presidency, I feel like he'd be pretty upset that there are so many people advocating for monarchy, basically, in the United States. Sticks and Hammer, our favorite weird occultist Nazi, says 2020 in one word, fraud. We're not looking at Sticks today, thank God. I'm not sure if there's much more I want to cover in this today. Trump won't concede because quitting is anti-American. Dean Browning concedes to Lisa Scheller in GOP primary for Lehigh Valley's 7th Congressional District. Funny how that works. Corey, why did you delete your tweet? Because I'm tired of people bashing me for sticking up for America. There are reasons why I don't support Joe Biden. That's fine. I don't support Joe Biden either for a lot of reasons. However, I voted for him because Trump was worse. If you don't like Joe Biden, that's fine. You can tweet all you want about it. I assume it was more than that, though. Let's see what he said. Did you vote for Biden? If so, leave Twitter and leave the United States. You don't belong here. Mike from PA is gone. I heard about that. I did hear about that. Okay. That's probably enough of this stuff for today. It's a very intense picture of Ben Shapiro.
Duplicate it for the...
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Obowan with 20 bits. If Washington could see this, he'd hate how far political parties have grown and be booed when he tells them all to disband. Yeah, it would be bad.
man.
Oh.
So the
Oh, God, what does Steven Crowder have to say
story
about
catalog,
Elliot Page?
Ellen Page, beloved actress of the United States, is now a man. You can hit the overlay there. Yeah. I don't want to have to direct this all day. Is now a man.
Oh.
So the privilege
How is Steven Crowder still allowed on YouTube?
card is now removed. Came out as Elliot. By the way, Ellen Page is now
confused.
Elliot Page. Just be just be ready for the
Crowder.
attacks, because as a straight white male, you are given no quarter. And we actually, this is something that's been a long time coming, and here at Lighthouse Cut, we actually have the exclusive of the upcoming first performance of Elliot Page.
Holy shit.
Oh!
How is Steven Crowder still allowed on YouTube? Seriously. What a piece of shit. This is great. Sidney Powell, who was greeted like a rock star by the large crowd in Georgia, just now said she would encourage Georgians to not vote at all until your vote is secure. I mean that regardless of party. I really hope Sidney Powell and Trump supporters choose not to vote in the Georgia runoffs. That'd be beautiful. Wouldn't that be nice if Trump's own bullshit helped torpedo the GOP's chances at the Senate? Wouldn't that be nice?
That's right, capitalistic propaganda.
Alpaca Sandwich, thank you for following. Yikerinos. Okay, here's a 4chan post. It's a post of Donald Trump. It says it's over, and they say, yep, it's all over for you. Hiding behind a picture of President Trump won't change the fact that he's getting reelected and will begin his second consecutive term on January 20th, 2021. Nothing you can do about it. You're a totally powerless F off, and then T-slur, F-slur. Good job, 4chan. You're staying classy as always. Okay, that's probably enough of the MAGA cope Twitter for today. This is some good stuff, though. This is some good stuff. I'm very excited to see what happens on the 14th during the electoral, or when the Electoral College meets and votes. That'll be interesting. I'm sure there'll be another upheaval at that point, but we'll see what happens. So, let's turn the music off and find something.